January 7th, let's make tortillas. All right, here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need 3 cups of flour. We just do that. We take our 1 cup dry measuring cup. We scoop, and then we take the leveling tool that comes with it, level and dump, and we're just using our large batter bowl. You're also going to need 1 cup of hot water, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. That's it. Nothing fancy. And we're gonna stir. I like to take my basic bamboo spoon for mixing. I also love making this recipe in my stand mixer, but I thought I'd give you a little peek at how to make it by hand because it's actually super duper easy. If I'm using my stand mixer, chances are I'm making a double batch. So just keep going until most of the flour is worked in. And once you feel like you've got most of the flour in there, you can go ahead and dump it onto our pastry mat. I love our pastry mat. It's just like having a countertop that you can just kind of bunch up and throw in the sink when you're done with it. So get ready to use your hands. I just want to show you that right before we get our hands dirty, I want to get my double burner grill pan here, and I like to use this one because it gives the nice little design into the tortilla. I'm going to get both of my burners heating up. So this actually works on gas, electric, ceramic top, anything except for induction. It does not work on our induction stoves, my friends. So let's get this heated to a medium-high heat. So our hands are washed, we're ready to roll. We're just going to start working at the dough. So just with your fingers, you're just kind of mixing in that flour. If you were using your stand mixer, you would be using the paddle attachment. That would totally do this for you. But it's super easy both ways. So we're just kind of smushing it just to incorporate all of that flour. It might not look like it now, but it's going to come all together very shortly. Is starting. Again, totally why I love using a mixer. It just takes less time, less energy. But you know what they say, things that you make with your hands just somehow feel a little bit more special. Just keep working at it. Don't be afraid that this is not going to work, because it will. As long as you follow those exact measurements, it will work. You may have to like start, your arms are going to get tired, so you might have to start kind of pushing your weight on it, just balling it up and pushing. Make sure you're brushing all the crumbs back in there. If you were working on a countertop and not on our pastry mat, then you might even have to flour the counter a little bit at some point. So just like that, it's starting to feel more like a dough. It's starting to feel a little bit tacky. And I'm going to keep doing this until it's nice and smooth and elastic. So I'm going to pause it for a moment, so you don't want to watch me keep doing this. Okay, so I've been kneading for an extra about 2.5 minutes. So I'd say that's good enough. You decide when your arms are tired, and it's smooth and elastic, so it's very smooth. See that? Again, save yourself trouble. If you have a stand mixer, let it do the work for you. Use your hook paddle. So what we're going to do is roll it into a snake like this. We're going to take one of our nylon knives. We're just going to gently saw it in half. Now remember, this is not a cutting board. This is a silicone pastry mat, so don't use it like a cutting board. So I just kind of used the weight of the knife to guide through it. And then we're going to do the same thing. Divide it into half again. And then again. In a perfect world, you can let it rest for half an hour. Oh. But we're in a rush. It's dinner time. So we're just going to go right to business. Okay, so we have made 8 balls. We're going to take one of them, put it in the center of your pastry mat, and we're just going to start rolling out the dough. I'm using our baker's roller. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's kind of the beauty of homemade flour tortillas, is that they are not perfect. I often get when I talk about making my homemade flour tortillas is, why am I not using like a tortilla press? Well, the reason is that these are flour tortillas, so you physically need the effort of pushing out the gluten in the flour to get them to stay spread like this, as opposed to a corn tortilla, which is gluten-free. So then it can just squish. This one needs the working. It needs these molecules to be stretched out. Because if you just were to push on it, well, it would just bounce back. So once you think you've got this as thin as you're going to get it, I always like to use the guide, the mat itself is a guide. When you start to be able to see the pattern through the dough, chances are you have it rolled out thin enough. So over here, we're going to grab our dough. I like to actually use the pastry mat to kind of help us to find a corner to start peeling it. Take it in your hand. Bring it over to your preheated pan and just kind of carefully, gently lay it down in there. While that one's cooking, we're just going to go back and make another one. I find the time process, by the time I'm done rolling my second tortilla, the one in the pan is going to be cooked, ready to go, ready to turn. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a few moments. Let's just get this one going. Grab our handy tongs, which are magic. With the flick of a wrist, you can control the little lever. Flip it upside down, and it automatically locks. Give it a flick. All right, here we go. So we're going to flip our tortilla that has these beautiful little grill lines on it. We're going to grab our other tortilla, place it on, and the process is going to continue. By the time I'm ready to have another tortilla ready to go on the pan, this guy is going to be ready to come off. This guy's finished. We'll take this one, flip, and grab our other guy. And the process will go on and on until it's done. That's it, you guys. Homemade flour tortillas from scratch. Easy peasy. See you next time.